Well, it's interesting times that we're in at the moment, and there's no doubt that there's a lot of negative stuff circulating through social media and things like that, and everyone's sharing on it and looking for it. But I've noticed recently that everyone's looking for a bit of a positive story and a little bit of a laugh. And I was having a chat with a couple of our agents recently through some of our online meetings, and a couple of funny stories have popped up about open homes and door knocking. And I thought a lot of people outside of real estate don't understand how funny our job can actually be. Some of the practical jokes that get played on us and some of the things that happen to us out in the market. And Rowan Lazar, prominent Pymble agent that works for us, the #1 agent in Pymble at the moment, also is susceptible to some of these practical jokes. He had a very funny one that he was telling us about last week. Rowan, you want to let us know about your appraisal that you set up recently?
Tom, as you know, I normally do most of my own door knocking. However, I did task my associate to do some door knocking on my behalf. He'd worked up to that, so I was like, great, go out there, start door knocking around Pymble. So he comes back to me one day and goes, Rowan, I've got this great house that we're going to appraise. And I said, where is it? He goes, it's on Grandview Street in Pymble. I was like, whereabouts in Grandview Street? He tells me the number. It turns out that it's not in the residential part, it's in the commercial part.
Right, which is unusual for a residential agent.
Exactly. I said to him, mate, there's no residential there. And I said, call the vendor back and just check and see what's going on. So he does. And the vendor says to him, oh, it's one of the units above one of the shops there. And I was like, okay, that sounds about right.
So hold on, was this somebody who door knocked said that I own a property at this address?
Correct.
Sure, okay.
So I was a little bit taken back. I was like, let's go and give it a crack. You know, it's good location, across the road from the station.
And obviously you want to give him an opportunity to pick up a listing, so you've gone, yeah.
Absolutely. So we do our report, get all our recent sales ready to talk to the vendor, and then we rock up to the address and looking for the number. Can't find it.
Right.
So
unusual.
it's like, now it's a little bit unusual. I was like, his name was Jake. It's like, Jake, are you sure you got the right number? Give the guy a call. So he calls the guy, and the guy goes, yeah. Where the place upstairs? It's like, there is no upstairs. So he goes, you've got to go through the front door on the street. So the front door on the street was just an obscure door which opened up into a vacant room with nothing there.
Were there any lights outside this door?
No.
No? Okay. Go on.
It was very quiet and stuff.
Okay.
So then we get to the next door and we're like, what's going on? And there's a camera just up there and we're like, that's a little bit unusual. So anyway, I'm starting to get suspicious by this stage and looking at Jake going, because thinking maybe we're being set up here, and that does happen from time to time. So we knock on the door and this lovely madam opens the door and she goes, come in. We step in, and in front of us are 4 or 5 cubicles up on one side with individual beds and bars, shaggy carpet
The
everywhere.
type of place that you've never been before?
No, never.
Right.
Never.
Of course.
So I looked over at Jake and said, Jake, we've been set up here. This is a gentleman's club. And I'm like...
And hold on, did Jake actually know, being a young man, he probably didn't know what you were walking into?
No, Jake knew exactly what had happened. We started laughing. Then we started saying to ourselves, who could have set us up? Who is this person? So, but my biggest concern was that there'd be someone out the front, ready taking photos of us in broad daylight.
Rowan Lazar, #1 real estate in Pymble, going to the brothel in the middle of the day with his young associate.
Exactly.
Amazing.
Set up there and then. So
very good.
We got out of there pretty quickly, and that was Jake's first lesson in qualifying his vendor more thoroughly before we set up the meeting.
And also checking online to see if the property actually exists.
Yeah.
We're going to have a couple more really funny appraisal and door knocking stories coming to you soon. Thanks for watching.